Today is Sunday, October 27th, 2024, 3:11 p.m. and it's episode 374, I think. All right, so today I actually got access on Everfit, which is the program, the software that I use to make for the clients, the programs, the workouts, the nutrition, the communication, the groups, everything. It's a program that I finally decided on. You can go back and listen to maybe around episode 290. I'm talking about software and Everfit app and what I'm going to use. I think that's when I decided. 290 to 340, somewhere in that range. That's when I decided. You know what? No, it was, it doesn't matter. Around 300-ish. Give or take 100 episodes. I don't know. But I decided on that one, and I'm glad I did. Because they just pumped out this feature. It's called AI. It's called AI Assistant. But it's for workouts. So now what I can do, because I don't know which episode it is, but I talked about how tedious and how long it takes for me to build the workouts and then periodize them and then change all the shit. Oh, my Lord. So thank goodness that it came out now, because now, I'll do it live right now. So I'm going to go to the workout that I made in my Excel sheet. So I have movement, sets, reps, rest time. I just copy that, go into CHAT GPT, paste it in here, and I have some pre-made template or that I've been using. So I'll say, hey, you need to format it this way. Use the popular wording for these exercises, because I'll put DB lateral raise instead of dumbbell. And so I don't think Everfit, the program that I use, recognizes DB as dumbbell or BB as barbell. So I changed the formatting there, and ChatGPT does this all in one thing. So I'll put it in there, and I wrote, add some notes to the workout. That's my lingo, how I would word it. Use emojis if you want. Keep it modern day language. Don't be weird about it. Don't be cheesy. So I put it in here. Okay, and now it just pumped out everything in the format. You guys can't see this obviously, but it says workout 1, overhead barbell press, sets 5, reps 5, rest time 120 seconds, blah, blah, blah. Okay, go in there. Oh, that was an old one. But, so then I copy all this, and then I go back to Everfit, and then I have this description thingy. I just paste what ChatGPT put in there. So I take what one AI gave me, take that info, put it to another AI here. Okay, that's in there. I click generate. It's generating right now. I'm going to add some tags while I wait. Okay, there it is. So it just generated me an entire workout right there. That's all the work that I had to do to get the workouts in there with the name, with the correct workouts, the reps, the rest time, if it's a superset, what the description is, all that stuff. All done. Literally done. So there's some errors, of course, because AI is not perfect. For example, I put high cable fly, but it didn't recognize that. So now I have to go back in there, find the correct exercise, put it in there, and then I'm good to go. But for everything here, what the hell is this shit? I don't know what that is. But yeah, so it's done. And I mean, in the time that I recorded the show, what you just heard, that was one workout done. So not even 4 minutes, not even 3 minutes, really. And that's just so fucking cool, man. That is so cool. So really happy with this new feature. And, it is kind of, I have conflicting views. I mean, AI is super great. It's very helpful. It saves me so much time. But you got to draw the line somewhere. And the more that we get better, the more people that use AI, because I don't know, but I believe AI learns from itself. I don't know that for sure, but if it's artificial intelligence, I think that's what it is, right? So I put the thing in there, I give it feedback. It says, oh yeah, so we've gotten 500 million people say, or 500 million responses from however many people that say not to do this, format it this way. It says this is not recognized as this, okay. And then it just learns, puts it in the system. I believe that's how it works. So it just keeps getting smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. And I don't know where the line is drawn as far as what it can and can't learn as far as something like this, but super helpful. And if I can have this forever, then I would love that. It makes life easier. It didn't take away my personal touch of the workouts, how I make them, the sets, reps, everything like that. it just formats it for me and puts it into the software so I don't have to do the manual labor of clicking, dragging, dropping, copy, pasting, all that shit. Now I just copy paste 3 different times, put it in there, and it's done. That's fucking awesome. That is so cool. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share there. And I'm going to try to keep this one short because I'm feeling good today. So woke up, got directly out of bed. I'm actually proud of myself for this one. So over the weekend, totally failed my get out of bed within 5 minutes. And it is what it is. I got to be a man of my word. I can't be like, oh yeah, I did it. But so let's see, I got a mark yesterday done. The fuck is this? Oh, that's the other thing. I've been setting 30-minute timers on my laptop, and I'm just kind of using that as a form of measurement. So when I'm really in depth working and I'm kicking ass, I'll lose track of time, and this kind of keeps me on track of, hey, 30 minutes just went by. Are you still good? Are you on track? Are you kicking ass? And I mean, I'm not going to say that's why I'm doing good today, but it's helped. It's cool. So I just went to vclock.com and I just set a timer. It just repeats every 30 minutes. I don't have to do anything. I'm a huge convenience person, so all I do is set a 30-minute timer. I click once, and then it's going forever. That's what I like. I don't want to have to click a timer. Then when it goes off 30 seconds, click stop, reset, set it for 30 minutes, click. Fuck all that shit, dude. Let me just push a button once and have it go on. So that's what I used. So that's what that is. But anyway, where is it? Yeah, so I just lost my train of thought. It's great. Yeah, so my Crucible is get out of bed within 5 minutes of the alarm going off. And if I don't set an alarm, it is when I wake up, I got to get the fuck out of bed. There's no sleeping. There's no hanging out. And my Purge is no phone in bed. Well, so why else would I stay in bed? You know, and that's been really helpful. I'm actually day 20 of no phone in bed. And you know what? I don't know if it's a coincidence or not. I don't know. I'm thinking about it now, but I've been sleeping a little bit better. I've noticed that I'm a little bit more rested. At least it seems that way. I don't know. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But yeah, so no phone in bed. My rule is if I'm laying in bed or sitting on my bed or touching my bed, I can't have my phone in my hands, period. And I've done that. So, well, hold on. If the intent is to wake up or to go to sleep. So if I'm getting out of bed, no phone. If I'm going to sleep, no phone. But for example, Lexi and I it was like middle of the day. We were sitting there and we were trying to figure out, I think where we were going to go to dinner. So we were laying on my bed, just on my phone. And I actually had a moment there where I was like, am I feeling the whole goddamn thing right now? And I thought, no, this is fine. My rule was going to sleep, waking up. And so that's cool. So I'm on day 20 of that. Once I finish today, I will have 20 days of a gallon of water straight. So that's cool again. And then I actually failed the rigor, which is a small little detail. It's actually kind of tricky to get those small things in, man. I didn't realize it's so small, so tiny, and it just skips my mind. It's as simple as seeing a piece of litter on the ground and just picking it up, or it's as simple as sending a text message to someone and saying, "Hey, I love you, thinking about you, hope you're having a great day." It's as simple as, I don't know. I don't count really anything in my house as that. So a rigor is a part of the program. It's a small little detail that you just take care of. It could take literally 3 seconds to do. And I've failed this one more than any of the others. So if you're new to the show, I have this thing I call the mental toughness tasks. It's inspired by 75 Hard, the program that is the reason why you're listening to the show. It changed my life. I think I'm going to start it up soon again. Shit's fucking magic, okay? So anyway, these things, the MTTs, it's inspired from 75 Hard, again, because it changed my life. So we have the Oath, which is doing something for, I'm going to change the time frame to be more progressive instead of 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. I think I'm going to make it so it's level 1, 5 days, level 2, 10 days, level 3, 20 days, and so on and so forth. I don't know, not important. But the Oath is something you add into your schedule that is going to help you, make you better in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't matter what it is. Just has to help you, has to be a challenge for you, something you don't already do. And then we have the Purge, which is the opposite of the Oath. Did I say that? I don't know what I said. The first one was the Oath. The second one's the Purge. Purge is taking something out of your schedule or removing something from your life that's not doing you any good, or abstaining from something that you know is not good for you. or just a little challenge. So no sugar for however many days, no energy drinks, no smoking, no alcohol, whatever it is. Then we have the Crucible, which is the hard thing, the thing that's hard for you. So maybe you get out of bed every day on time, not a problem for you. So that's easy for you. So for me, not snoozing and not staying in bed, all that shit, or I guess staying in bed. Yeah, not staying in bed. What? I don't know. That's hard for me. I failed it, I think 3 times in the last month. It's hard for me. And so that's what works for me. So now, or that's the thing that works for me to choose because I don't already do it. It's not easy for me. Matter of fact, it's very hard. Dude, when your alarm goes off in the morning, you know how fucking hard it is to say, yep, let's go, and get right up out of bed and just start living life. That's difficult for me. So that's what I'm doing. So, actually today I did that. So today is day 1 of that. So that's cool. And then the rigor is a small, itty bitty, tiny, microscopic detail as simple as picking a piece of litter up off the ground or wiping down a bathroom counter in a public restroom, or someone drops a pencil, you pick it up for them. Just small stuff like that. Texting someone saying you love them. Just a small little detail that you wouldn't have otherwise done had you not been aware of the fact that you need to be focusing on the small details. So, don't really know why I went into that, but why did I go into that? I don't know. Yeah, so that's my Crucible, getting out of bed. So I did that today, got right out of bed, felt good. And as soon as I got out of bed, I just came and sat down at my desk, started going to town and work. And it felt great. It felt awesome. I didn't have to worry about... See, that's what I'm saying, guys. In the group, they're telling me to do this morning routine. And I'm not opposed to a morning routine. But it just is one more thing I got to worry about before I can get into the thing that I actually want to do. So, and these other things, these things in the morning routine, yeah, they're helpful. They're good for me. They're not taking anything out of my life. They're making me better. But the thing that I want to do the most and the thing that is going to advance me forward the fastest so I can learn more faster later is just sitting down and working. And again, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing the things that in the morning routine, but it just, for me personally, I think it's just fucking bullshit, dude. I think it's just, I don't know, man. I'm keeping an open mind though. Still doing it because right now I wake up, get out of bed, and I plank for as long as I can. Then I read out loud for better articulation in my speech. And then I will write 4 things I'm grateful for, one that's in the future, 4 affirmations, one that's in the future as well. And then drink a half a gallon of water before 10 a.m. And then I do 6 minutes of mobility work before I go to work. And then on the way to work, I practice the sales call script, which I haven't had. I've just been using CHAT GPT voice mode and trying to get more comfortable with that, or listening to a role play and watching people get better. And then, the other one was getting out of bed within 5 minutes of my alarm going off. So that's that. And today, what I did was I woke up and I sat down at my desk and started working within 10 minutes. Today has been a fucking fantastic day. Mentally, great. Productive. I feel great. I'm energized. I think I slept well. Today's been fucking great. Okay? So good. Today's been so good. And I didn't do any of the shit that the morning routine is supposed to, And that's just an observation. I'm not against or for or whatever. I'm just, this works for me. And I think that rather than taking general advice and trying to make it work for me, I'm just doing what's working for me and that I know works for me. And the last 2 weeks, I've given it a fair shot. So, I don't know. Different things work differently for different people. And that thought alone makes me feel like you can't really learn from other people because they had their perspective with their issues and they thought about their things their way. And when you try to teach someone what you learned from an experience that they haven't experienced, it's hard for them to connect the dots. So therefore, what you're trying to teach or what they're trying to teach you goes right over your head because you don't have the dots on your page required to connect, to draw the line to connect the dots, if that makes sense. So someone's trying to teach you how to do something based on their experience, and maybe what they went through was fucking perfect to learn a lesson. But if you don't have that wisdom, knowledge, experience to draw off of or to connect the dots, it doesn't hit the same. And that whole thought process kind of leads me to think that you can't teach anybody. You can't teach people the same thing with the same potency of the lesson. You can give them advice and from past experiences, but I think ultimately they need to experience a similar thing so that they can connect the dots for themselves rather than based off of what someone else went through and how they interpreted it. Because, for example, I think everything that happens in life is a good thing because it teaches you something. It can help you relate with other people. It can help you be that person for someone else who thinks that the world's ending. You can be that person that's like, hey, I went through that same thing. This is how I made it through. Look at me now. So even though the thing might be shitty, even though family's murdered, maybe someone you love was sexually abused, maybe, a friend had their mom pass away, maybe you had some horrible things happen to you. Like the worst things, the most unexplainable, horrible, tragic, maybe your family was in 9/11, maybe, I don't know. I'm talking worst of the worst of the worst. I think those are all horrible things, but I do think there's so much good that can come. No. There's so much good that can be extracted from those experiences. And in no way am I saying that these horrible things are good things. I'm saying that even though they are shitty and even though they are horrible, you are able to extract good and positive from them. So, where did I go off on that tangent, dude? Don't know. Let's keep going. So anyway, what I'm trying to get at, I guess, is this whole way of thinking makes me feel like even though someone's been there, done that, and they can teach you things, you can take their advice, and that might excel you further and push you further along in the path and help you speed up and learn lessons faster. But ultimately, I think you still need to experience the pain, the hurt, the suffering, the failure, the embarrassment, the whatever it is, so that you know for yourself what the thing is you need to learn is what you're trying to learn. Because if somebody doesn't give a fuck about what people think of them and then tries to explain how to do this particular project or this thing to somebody who does give a fuck about what people think, it's not going to hit the same. They're going to have all these other things that are going through their mind that's going to prevent them from whatever it is the other person was trying to tell them. I don't know if that made sense, but whatever. So that's just what I'm thinking. So the reason why I say that is because these guys are suggesting I have a morning routine, or they're advising that I get some kind of structure, which I think is the ultimate lesson here, the more I think about it. But they did provide a framework. It's called 10 before 10. So you do 10 things before 10 a.m., which I work in the morning. So it's more like, what can I get done before I go to work? And that's helpful, but maybe that's because the guy that told me that is actually, he used to be an alcoholic. He's now 3 years sober. He used to have this problem and that problem and that problem. I haven't had those problems. And so for me, having this kind of routine isn't the same potency. It's not as beneficial for me as it was for him, even though it's the same thing, because what he needed and what I need are different. So when you try to blanket everything and try to cover my need for improvement with what improved him, when you use that same form, it just hits different. So anyway, again, one more time, the more that I think about this, the more that I think of the fact that maybe you can't teach anybody anything the same way that you perceive it, because we all interpret the lessons and everything different based on our own experiences in life. And I think surface level, that sounds obvious as hell. But dude, I feel like I'm on fire today. What a good show. The more I think about it, the more I feel like, again, it's just, you just have to take what other people say with a grain of salt. If somebody says you need to do this morning routine, then I think you got to have the self-awareness to know if that is going to help you or if it's just procrastination in some kind of disguise. Because the thing that I need to do is I need to get on my laptop here and make the workouts and learn and do all this stuff, because that's what's going to propel me forward. I mean, doing these other things, they will help me and they will propel me forward. And I think the idea is to have some kind of structure, not necessarily fill your schedule up with 10 things you got to do before 10 a.m. But that's what he used. That's what benefited him. So he's sharing it with others because it impacted him so greatly. So again, I think just having the self-awareness to know that I'm different than this guy. This guy used this method and it worked for him. Again, we are different people. Maybe this will not work for me, but it worked for him. So the evidence is there to suggest that this might help me. So anyway, just trying to have the self-awareness to know what I should and shouldn't do. But anyway, the workout builder, the AI workout builder formatter, I'm going to call it, is so helpful. I mean, I got this whole thing done. Now I'm on to the next thing. So I got to do that with 5 more phases of workouts. Nope, actually, that's a lie. I got to do this a lot more than that. I got to do this with... No, that's right. I got to do it with 5 more phases of workouts, which is about 25 workouts. So what I talked about at the start of the show, I have to do 25 more times, which if it takes me 5 minutes to do, then that would be about 3 hours worth of work. And I still have to hit the gym today. So on paper, I could get that done today. I doubt it because I still got to eat, gym, prepare for work day the next day, get all my stuff in order, etc. But anyway, today was a fan-damn-tastic day. Just woke up, went to work. Boom. So cool, man. I love that. So I'm going to end the show there. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Again, it's Sunday, October 27th. It's 3:32 p.m. 2024. It's episode 374. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out.